Win as one. EA Sports FIFA 21 sponsors Saturday Social.
Right, it's time now for What's Trending. We all know the rules by now. The guests get a minute to debate the biggest trends in the world of football. Joe, talk to me, mate. What's first up?
Trend number one is all about Lucas Piazzon because he has finally left Chelsea. If you don't know who Lucas Piazzon is, Richard Jolly gave a little bit of an insight. He said Lucas Piazzon was on Chelsea's books for almost a decade. They won 8-0 in every Premier League game he played, and he missed a penalty in every Premier League game he played. That's because he only played one of Chelsea's 359 Premier League games in his time with them. He was there a decade. Unbelievable. Wow. So I want to know from you guys, who had the strangest career in football? Because that was bizarre. HP, let's come to you first on this one.
That was absolutely nuts. Do you know what's so crazy? Yeah, I remember when he signed for Chelsea as well, and I was thinking this guy's going to be a great player, and I've never seen him. But for me, I think one of the most strangest players might have been Firmino, because when he left Arsenal, yeah, I thought he was done. I thought, yeah, he's finished. Then he went to AC Milan and then came back and he became their best player. Then, like a few months later, he became a billionaire. So I was just like, oh, Flamini, Mathieu. Oui, d'accord. So yeah.
He's had the weirdest one after football. I kind of agree. Flamini, the billionaire. Chunkz, what are you saying about weird footballing careers?
Probably Hulk, just based off his. He's just been to every country that there is on Earth. So I like my life is one season he'll be in Zenit, next year he's in China, and then he's back to Paris. It's like I don't know where he is all the time. It's like it's a fun game. Like, where is Hulk at? I remember that's the game I used to play by myself. So yeah, Hulk had the train for.
Good answer. Brilliant. I love that answer from Chunkz. That's class. Trend 2. Now, this concerns Mourinho and Scott Parker, who were speaking ahead of Tottenham's rearranged game with Fulham, which was midweek. And a bit of backstory. Scott Parker said it was scandalous for the game to be arranged with just 48 hours notice. Jose Mourinho disagreed and said Spurs only had a few hours notice originally when the initial game was called off. This went back and forth. Jose then went on to say Fulham should apologise if they played their strongest side against Spurs, to which Scott Parker replied with this. Now, this was after the 1-1 draw with Tottenham. So they did play their strongest team and they did get a point at Tottenham. And Scott Parker says, I owe no one an apology. This club owes no one an apology. He looks great in a roll neck, by the way. Scott Parker looking really good. Anyway, so the next trend we are asking is quite simply as follows. Trend number 2, 60 seconds on the clock. Should Scott Parker apologise to Jose Mourinho? Chunkz, what are your thoughts?
I don't understand what he's apologising for. Yeah, I mean, he's been given 2 days' notice, and with that, he's decided to use his best team because obviously Tottenham are a good squad, so good team. So why would you not choose your best team? I don't understand what he should be apologising for, honestly. Jose Mourinho likes to wind people up, and I think that's what he's done again. And he managed to get a reaction out of him. Probably tried to mess up with his head and stuff, but I don't understand why he should even apologise. Scott Parker, you keep doing you, brother. Well done.
Yeah, Harry, where do you stand on this? Worth pointing out, they were sort of they seemed friendly and happy during the game, Jose and Scott. But what do you make about this particular debate here?
I echo what Chunkz says, man. Like, you're playing a game of football to win, essentially. On a normal day, Spurs' team will always be stronger than Fulham's team. So he's gone with a team that he thought could win, and they got a point from it. So well done to Scott Parker. I think there's a lot of entitlement from Jose Mourinho, and we're not having that. So big up you, Scotty.
Right, let's move on to trend number 3. This one's about Leeds, who, of course, lost 3-0 against League Two side Crawley Town in the FA Cup, leading a lot of rival fans to take the mickey out of Marcelo Bielsa a little bit. Here's George saying, Crawley being comfortable enough to bring on Mark Wright is the fattest L I've seen in football management, treating Bielsa like it's soccer aid. Of course, Mark Wright, the ex-Towie star. So the question we're asking is a little bit controversial, I think, but is Marcelo Bielsa overrated? HP, let's come to you.
Firstly, we always judge managers of what they've won, trophies and stuff, and obviously that's not been really his thing. It's more been his tactical prowess. Managers have said, yeah, he's a tactical genius, but I only know him for having amazing knees. I think when you're talking about endurance on your knees and how to balance them, I think if you watch Bielsa, you can get a great understanding of what it is and how the body forms. And yeah, I think that's what I get from Bielsa. But in terms of genius, come on, who's talking about that?
All right, Chunkz, thoughts? Overrated or not?
I think overrated is harsh. You can't be overrated because obviously Leeds are back in the Premier League after a long time, and he got them there. And obviously you hear people like Poch, Simeone, Pep Guardiola talk highly about him. So, and these are big managers. You know what I mean? So you just kind of have to take their word on it. And because obviously I don't know much about Bielsa, but I'd say overrated is kind of harsh. You just have to kind of wait for a man to simmer into the Premier League. He's not playing incredible, but he's not playing bad either. So no, I don't think he's overrated.
Totally agree, Chunkz. Totally agree.
Okay, next trend, moving on. This concerns Chunkz' mate Raheem Sterling, top player, as we know, been bossing it for Man City and for England over the years. However, social media, a lot of people were keen to point out a stat that was doing the rounds following Man City's midweek game, and it was this, Opta tweeting that Raheem Sterling is the first player to miss 3 consecutive Premier League penalties since Saido Berahino did so between April 2016 and September 2017. So the trend that we are asking is as follows. Who is better at penalties, Chunkz or Raheem Sterling? 2 great players, as we've said. He's gone, he's disappeared. 2 top players, but 2 players that have missed penalties. Harry, take over for us. Chunkz has gone, he's left the building.
See, people need to understand that Chunkz didn't miss that penalty. Yeah, Chunkz aimed for a kid that was actually wanted the football. So that was what Chunkz did. So people are getting it wrong. People think that he actually tried to miss the penalty. He generally aimed for the kid. Oh, Chunkz. Oh, mate. Well, I'll let Chunkz finish. What do you think of the penalty?
So obviously my record is my record. 1 penalty taken, 0 scored. So obviously I'm not better than Raheem based on stats. But I think if we have 5 penalties each against Edison, I could potentially win. You know what I mean? Dead ball specialist. Yeah. And then it's anyone's game. It's anyone's day. I feel like, you know what I mean? I didn't have the best performance against on that soccer raid, but I only played 1 game. Give me more games.
I would like to see that. I would like to see Chunkz make that happen.
Yeah, right. Let's go on to the next trend then. This one's about Wayne Rooney, who officially retired yesterday to take up the permanent managerial role at Derby County. Here's Manchester United saying goodbye to a legend who's now become a manager. So the question I want answered is very simple. Where does Wayne Rooney rank amongst the Premier League's greatest ever players? HP, let's come to you. You're the United fan.
I think Rooney's got to be top 3. I think what he's done in his spell as a Premier League player is nothing short of amazing. From Everton to Manchester United, I think he's been great. For me, I'll put him in my top 3 alongside Thierry Henry and Aguero. For me personally, I think for their teams have been 100%. I'll put Aguero in there.
Aguero.
So that's how I feel. Yes, you heard me, Aguero.
Sorry, I'm not even moving on to Chunkz here. You can stand there and clap. You've got Aguero above the likes of, Shearer in there.
Shearer.
All right. What Premier League did Shearer win apart from scoring goals since he's been in the Premier League since 1983?
He won it with Blackburn.
He won it.
He's been playing football since football was created. What do you expect? Of course he's going to be the Premier League highest goal scorer. Aguero has scared the Premier League since he's been here. So what?
Travesty.
So what, Joe? You wasn't even alive, Joe.